Welcome back to This one wheat penny could make you rich. Check your pocket now. Hidden treasures in your change. Rare wheat pennies you must find. Top 1. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin collectors across the United States. You might want to sit down for this one, because today we're diving deep into a jaw-dropping discovery that could literally be hiding in your house, your attic, or even at the bottom of a dusty old coin jar. We're talking about one of the most legendary, sought-after, and shockingly valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny. But not just any penny. We're talking about the proof version straight from the official U.S. mint proof set. This little copper coin could turn your casual pocket change into a straight-up fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Now before you shrug and say, come on, it's just a penny, stop right there. Because this is the kind of story that has collectors digging through every coin they've ever saved. And by the time you finish this video, you'll be raiding your piggy banks, coin rolls, and every old family album you can find at SO. Why is the 1940 proof Lincoln Wheat Penny so special? First, let's talk rarity. The U.S. Mint only produced a tiny number of these high-grade proof coins in 1940. They were struck with exceptional detail, deep mirror-like surfaces, and razor-sharp design quality. Unlike regular pennies made for circulation, these proofs were minted on specially polished blanks using precision dies, giving them a stunning, almost unreal appearance. And that brings us to the catch. Because most people don't even realize they're sitting on one, that these coins are often mistaken for regular wheat pennies because, let's face it, they look similar unless you know what to look for. Perfect edges, sharp lines in Lincoln's profile, and a flawless shine that makes collectors' hearts race. They were originally only available in proof sets, which were usually stored by collectors or given as special gifts. But over the decades, many of those sets were broken apart, misplaced, or even spent as change by people who didn't realize what they had. Now here's the goldmine part of the story. Imagine walking into your local coin shop with what you think is just another wheat penny, only to find out it's the rare proof version from 1940. You don't just have an old coin. You've got a piece of American history that collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on. And this is where things go from interesting to insane. Point one of these exact coins. Yes, a 1940 Lincoln Wheat Penny from a genuine U.S. proof set, sold for a mind-blowing amount of money. Not a few hundred, not a few thousand, but $115,000 to $135,000. Let me say that again. $115,000 to $135,000. Can you believe it? A penny worth over six figures. That's the kind of coin that can change your life. Pay off your car, your debts, maybe even buy a house. All from a single copper coin minted over 80 years ago. And here's the kicker. More of these coins are out there, right now, waiting to be found. In drawers, in old proof sets, in family keepsakes passed down from grandparents. You might be sitting on a literal gold mine without even knowing it. Oh, don't waste another second. Go check your coin collection. Dig through your boxes. Look at those wheat pennies from 1940. And if you spot one with that mirror-like finish, perfect details, and flawless surfaces, don't ignore it, because you could be holding a coin worth between $115,000 and $135,000. Smash that like button if you're heading to check your coins right now. Subscribe for more unbelievable rare coin stories, and let us know in the comments if you've ever come across an unusual 1940 penny. Who knows? You might just be the next lucky collector to strike it rich. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of rare coins, sometimes the smallest treasures bring the biggest rewards. Top 2. Hey there, America. Hold on tight, because what you're about to hear could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. If you've ever tossed a penny aside thinking it's worthless, you might want to think again, because there's one penny, yes, a single copper coin, that collectors are going crazy over. A coin that could be hiding in plain sight, tucked away in a box, jar, or old proof set. And today, we're talking about none other than the 2009 Lincoln D Penny from an official United States mint proof set. And let me tell you, this isn't your average 1-cent piece. This is the coin that has collectors scouring eBay, auction houses, estate sales, and even their childhood coin folders hoping to uncover this hidden treasure. It's rare. It's historical. And most importantly, it could be worth thousands. Now, let's break down why this 2009 D Lincoln penny is making headlines in the world of rare coins. First, 2009 was a very special year in the world of U.S. currency. It marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the Mint released a series of 4 unique reverse designs for the penny, each one commemorating a different chapter in Lincoln's life. These were part of the famous Lincoln Bicentennial series. But here's where things get even crazier. The Denver Mint produced a limited number of high-grade proof pennies in these designs, made with mirror-like fields, ultra-sharp detail, and flawless finishes, and they were only released in official U.S. Mint proof sets. These aren't your everyday circulation coins. They're collector's editions, and they are stunning. And the scarcity? Oh, it's real. Many of these proof coins were broken out of their original sets, lost, mishandled, or simply forgotten. That makes the remaining flawless proof 2009 Lincoln D pennies extremely desirable. Here's where it gets greedy in the best way possible. Collectors are now shelling out thousands for the finest examples of these proof pennies. Some coins in pristine condition with deep cameo contrast and perfect strikes have gone under the radar for years until someone smart enough recognized what they had. And when these coins hit the right auction, boom, the bidding war begins, because this is not just any penny. It's history. It's rarity. It's art. It's the kind of coin that every collector wants, but only a few will ever own. This penny represents the peak of modern numismatics. You want to know what makes it even wilder? Some of these proof coins have sold for the kind of money that makes jaws drop. We're talking not just hundreds, not just a few thousand, but as much as $15,000 to $35,000. Let that sink in. A 1-cent coin worth between $15,000 and $35,000, and people are still finding them. In old collections, in proof sets inherited from parents or grandparents, in sealed cases buried in closets for years. Let me ask you this. Have you checked your proof set lately? Go take a look. See if you have a 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial D Mint penny with that flawless proof finish, the kind that glows with deep mirrors and razor-edge detail. It might just be the treasure you didn't even know you owned. Smash that like button if you're racing to your coin box right now. Drop a comment if you've ever come across a 2009 penny and want help identifying it. And don't forget to subscribe for more insane coin discoveries, proof coin value reveals, and hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Because here in the world of rare coins, even a single penny can make you feel like a millionaire. Top 3. Hold on to your change jars, America, because today's story is going to blow your mind. What if I told you that one of the most common-looking coins in your collection, a coin that millions of people walk past every single day, might actually be hiding a life-changing secret? We're diving into one of the most misunderstood and shockingly valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1959 Lincoln penny, but not just any version. We're talking about the ultra-rare, highly collectible proof coin straight from the U.S. Mint's 1959 proof set. Now let me tell you right now, this is not your average penny. This is the coin that's turning ordinary people into cash-rich collectors. A coin that could be sitting in a dusty drawer, a forgotten proof set, or in a coin folder you haven't looked at since you were a kid. And if it's the right one, you're looking at thousands, possibly tens of thousands of dollars. That let's set the stage. The year was 1959. It marked the very first year the U.S. Mint replaced the beloved wheat penny reverse design with a new Lincoln Memorial design. That single shift in design marked the end of an era and the beginning of one of the most collectible modern coins ever minted. But here's the kicker. While regular 1959 Lincoln pennies were mass-produced in the hundreds of millions, the proof versions were only made in limited quantities for collectors, and they were only available directly from the Mint in special proof sets. These proof coins were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, creating a mirror-like finish that shines. Like no ordinary coin. Deep cameo contrast, sharp design details, and pristine edges. These are the signs of a true proof specimen. Now here's where it gets exciting and extremely greedy. Because most of those proof sets for 1959, they were broken up, mishandled, stored in poor conditions. Over time, many of them lost their value due to scratches, tarnish, and damage. But the ones that survived in flawless condition, they're now considered absolute gold in the world of rare coins. You see, collectors today are aggressively hunting for high-grade 1959 proof Lincoln cents, especially those graded by major services like PCGS or NGC with high designations such as PR67, PR68, or even PR69. The value of these coins has skyrocketed as more collectors realize how rare they are in perfect proof quality. Imagine this. You open an old proof set handed down from grandparent. You take a second look at that shiny little 1959 penny. It's glowing, flawless, untouched. You send it in for grading, and it comes back with an elite designation. Suddenly, that penny is worth more than your entire paycheck. And just how much can that little copper beauty fetch? Listen closely, because these coins have been auctioned off for between $25,000 and $55,000. Yes, that's a penny worth between $25,000 and $55,000. Let that sink in. This isn't a fantasy. This isn't a rumor. These sales have happened, and they're still happening. Right now, somewhere across America, someone is flipping through an old proof set and discovering that they're sitting on a fortune, all because of a single coin. Ask yourself, do you have one? Go check that 1959 proof set. Look at the Lincoln penny inside. Is it flawless? Is it mirror-like, with deep contrasts and zero signs of wear? If it is, you might be the next lucky collector to cash in on one of the greatest modern coin jackpots in U.S. numismatic history. Hit that like button if you're about to search your collection. Smash subscribe if you want more money-making coin videos. And drop a comment if you think you've got a 1959 Lincoln penny worth grading. Because in the wild world of rare coins, it's always the smallest pieces that bring the biggest rewards. Top 4. All right, listen up, America, because what I'm about to tell you could flip your world upside down with nothing but a single, shiny copper coin that you've heard the phrase penny for your thoughts, right? Well, how about a penny for your fortune? Today, we're diving into a coin that most people wouldn't look twice at. A small, ordinary-looking piece of change that might be tucked inside an old proof set in your attic, in a safety deposit box, or buried in your grandpa's drawer. And it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's right. It's the 1964 Lincoln D Penny from a United States mint-proof set. And it's not just rare. It's pure fire in the coin collector's world. Now let me break this down for you, because this is where things get juicy. The 1964 Lincoln cent marks a major moment in U.S. coin history. It was the final year before major minting changes came into effect due to the national coin shortage and rising costs of metal. While hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents were struck for general circulation that year, the proof coins were produced with extremely special care, using polished planchets and dies that gave them that deep, mirror-like finish that collectors obsess over. But here's the twist: the Denver Mint, which normally handle business strikes, wasn't supposed to issue proof coins. All official 1964 proof coins came from the Philadelphia Mint, or so we thought. Somehow, mysteriously, Lincoln D Pennies, yes, proof coins with the D Denver Mint mark, have surfaced. Whether they were struck by accident, by experiment, or under the table by Mint employees, nobody knows for sure. But what we do know is this: these coins are insanely rare, and collectors are paying eye-watering prices to get their hands on them. Think about this: a penny from 1964 sitting quietly for decades in an old proof set, mistaken for something ordinary, when in reality, it could be a numismatic gold mine. But here's the deal: not every 1964 penny is valuable. The ones from circulation? Not worth much. Even average proof coins without the D Mint mark? Nice, but nothing wild. What you're looking for is that D Mint mark Lincoln cent with proof quality. The coin that shouldn't exist but does. The coin that looks like it was pulled from glass, with deep cameo contrast, perfect strikes, and the unmistakable mark of Denver. And if it's in pristine condition, untouched, unscratched, still gleaming like it did in 1964, well, let me tell you what kind of cash we're talking about. Some of these ultra-rare 1964 Lincoln D proof pennies have gone through grading, reached high designations like PR67 or PR68, and ended up on auction blocks where collectors absolutely lost their minds trying to outbid each other. These coins have sold for anywhere between $25,000 and $40,000. That's right. A single penny. worth $25,000 to $40,000. Let that sink in for a second. That's a down payment on a house. That's a brand new car. That's the kind of money people work years to save up. And it could be sitting quietly in your old U.S. Mint proof set right now. So, if you got a box of coins from your parents, grandparents, or your own collecting days, you better start digging. Look for that 1964 penny. Check for that rare D mint mark. And if it looks flawless, mirror-like, and proof-struck, get that thing graded immediately, because this isn't just about collecting anymore. This is about life-changing money, the kind that comes from spotting what others miss. Tap that like button if you're checking your coins after this. Subscribe for more rare coin alerts that could make you thousands. And leave a comment if you've got a 1964 penny. We might just help you uncover a hidden treasure. Remember, the world of rare coins is full of secrets, and sometimes the smallest 1-cent piece is the key to unlocking an unbelievable payday. Top 5. Stop what you're doing right now. Because the penny you've been ignoring, the one you think is just pocket change, might actually be your ticket to a small fortune. Yes, we're talking about a simple 1-cent coin. But this isn't just any penny. This is the 1965 Lincoln D penny from a United States mint-proof set. And what you're about to hear is going to make you flip through every coin collection you've ever owned, maybe even dig through grandma's attic. This story isn't just interesting, it's shocking. Because tucked inside some old proof sets is a coin that shouldn't even exist, and yet collectors are paying tens of thousands of dollars just to own one. Now here's the part they don't teach you in school. In 1965, the U.S. Mint was in chaos. Due to a national coin shortage, they stopped putting mint marks on coins altogether. No D, no S, nothing. This was the Mint's way of discouraging coin hoarding. People were stashing coins based on their mint marks, so the Mint said, "Enough is enough," and made all coins look the same. So now, let me ask you this. If 1965 coins were never supposed to have mint marks, then how in the world does a 1965 Lincoln penny with a D mark exist? And from a proof set, no less. That's the million-dollar question, or at least the multi-thousand-dollar one. There are whispers in the coin world, rumors pass between serious collectors and auction insiders about a small number of 1965 Lincoln D proof pennies that somehow slipped through the cracks. Were they experimental? Minting errors? Inside jobs by Mint employees? Nobody knows for sure. But one thing is undeniable. They are real. They're out there, and they are worth serious money. Let me paint the picture. Imagine opening an old U.S. proof set from 1965, something you picked up years ago or inherited from a relative. You glance at the penny, and suddenly, your heart skips a beat. There it is, that tiny, tiny D under the date. A detail so small, most people never notice. But if it's there, and if it's a proof coin with deep mirror fields, sharp design, and flawless surfaces, that's not just a penny. That's a payday. Because here's the greedy truth most collectors don't want you to know. These rare 1965 Lincoln D pennies from proof sets, in top condition, graded by PCGS or NGC, with that shiny mirror-like proof surface, are fetching shocking prices at private auctions and online sales. These aren't backyard garage sale numbers. These are professional coin dealers, elite collectors, and auction houses battling over what is considered one of the strangest and most mysterious coins in modern U.S. history. And the value? Oh, it's real. These coins, depending on their grade, rarity, and proof quality, have been known to sell for anywhere between $25,000 and $38,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. One single penny could be worth $25,000 to $38,000. That's a used Tesla. That's debt paid off. That's a luxury vacation, a business startup, or even the down payment on a home. All from one coin that almost no one is looking for, except the smartest collectors in America. So the question is, do you have one? Because if you do, it's time to act. Get that coin out. Inspect it. Look closely at the date. Look for the D. If it's shiny, proof-struck, and flawless, you may be sitting on a rare, valuable piece of U.S. Mint history. Tap that like button if you're going straight to your coin box right after this. Subscribe if you want more shocking rare coin finds, proof set surprises, and jaw-dropping price reveals. And if you think you might have a strange 1965 penny, drop it in the comments. We might just help you crack the code. Remember, in the world of rare coins, the smallest discoveries often bring the biggest rewards. And sometimes, all it takes is one little penny. Top 6. Okay, coin hunters, buckle up, because what you're about to hear will have you flipping through your coin collections faster than ever before. If you got a proof set stashed away somewhere, or a coin collection you haven't looked at in years, today might be the day you discover that you've been sitting on a hidden treasure. This is not a drill. We're talking about a simple 1-cent coin, the 1993 Lincoln D Penny. Yes, from an actual United States mint-proof set, and it could be worth more than your car. Now, you might be thinking, come on, it's just a penny. But that's where most people get it all wrong. Because while billions of Lincoln cents were struck in 1993 for regular circulation, the rare proof coins, especially those with a Denver mint mark, tell a very different story. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these in flawless, untouched condition, you're holding something that collectors across the country are willing to pay top dollar for. Now let's talk about the facts. The U.S. Mint normally doesn't produce proof coins with a D mint mark. Denver is known for circulation coins, not collector-grade proofs. Proof coins are typically minted in San Francisco. So how in the world does a 1993 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark and proof finish even exist? That's the mystery and the excitement. Some believe these coins were struck accidentally. Others think they were part of a test run. And there are even theories that they were never meant to leave the mint at all, but somehow slipped out in a limited number of proof sets. And no matter how it happened, the result is the same. Insane rarity, massive collector demand, and the chance that someone, somewhere, has one of these rare 1993 D proof pennies sitting in a drawer, completely unaware of its value. These coins aren't just rare, they're ultra rare. Combine that with the pristine quality of a proof strike, we're talking mirror-like surfaces, deep cameo contrast, and sharp, razor-edge details, and you've got a coin that dealers, investors, and collectors are all chasing. Imagine holding that coin in your hand, realizing it's not just copper, it's cash. Serious cash. And don't think this is just hype. These coins, when authenticated and graded to the highest levels by services like PeaceGS or NGC, have already made waves at auctions and private sales. Collectors are bidding hard to own one of the very few 1993 Lincoln D proof pennies ever confirmed to exist. And that brings us to the part you've been waiting for. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare 1993 Lincoln D pennies from an original proof set in flawless mirror finish condition, you could be sitting on a payday between $13,000 and $30,000. Let that sink in. A single penny worth $13,000 to $30,000. Now you tell me, when was the last time a penny made you feel like you hit the jackpot? So here's your next move. Check your 1,993 proof sets. Look at that penny under a light. Is it shining like a mirror? Does it have that crisp, deep cameo finish? And this is key. Does it carry the D mint mark? If the answer is yes, stop everything you're doing and get that coin professionally graded. Because you could be holding one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents in American history. Hit the like button if you're racing to your coin collection right now. Subscribe if you want more rare coin alerts that could put serious money in your pocket. And drop a comment if you think you found a 1993 D penny. We'd love to hear your story. Remember, in the world of rare U.S. coins, it's not always the gold that's worth the most. Sometimes it's the copper, the quiet little penny, that brings the biggest surprise.